I want you to leave your home this morning like you just got fucked. Like you just had the best shag of your life. I want you to leave with a sparkle in your eye and a cheeky little smirk and a little skip in your fucking step. I want you to flirt with life, with being alive so much to the point where someone's going to think you just got lucky. That is the cheat code to having the most magnetic fucking morning. When I am on my morning walks, this sort of happened by accident. I realized that most people looking at me probably think I just had like a really long night of fantastic sex. I sort of walk around the world at times like I have this little secret, you know, like I'm just smirking, I'm smiling at the trees, I'm pausing to look at the birds. I'm walking with a little skip in my step, you know. I'm making a little smile at the barista. I'm listening to good music. I always look like I just came back from a fun date, you know? So, you know, when you wake up in the morning and everything feels a bit flat, maybe you don't have a crush, and it's just boring, right? Or you don't have a creative project. Yeah, that's where I get my, like, what I like to call crush energy from in life, is from my creative projects. And when you don't have that crush energy, life can feel a little bit flat. Now, let me be clear. You don't need anyone to harness crush energy. This is what they don't want you to know, okay? You can just walk around your life with the conviction, the confidence, and a little smirk on your face, just feeling so delighted by it all that when people walk past you on the street, they think you just got lucky. And I realized a few months ago that I have the biggest fucking crush on my own life. I have the biggest, fattest, throbbing crush on my own life. And one of the secrets to having a delicious morning is to just leave the apartment or your home on your way to work or on the way to the gym, on your morning walk, and leave the apartment the second you open that door to the world and walk like you just got fucked, like you just got lucky. Maybe you have music on, anything to sort of turn you on to being alive. Okay? You want everything around you to feel like a fucking flirtation. Even a little bird that sort of lands in your path, just smile at it, you know? Like a movie sequence. Play some good music. I love listening to Northern Soul in my mornings because it's music that's just dripping with such euphoric fucking ecstasy. If the world had a big Northern Soul dance party, I do think we would heal. Anyway, so you want to leave your home. You want to have a little glisten and a little smirk. Like you've got a little secret, right? That's why when we see people walking home from a really good night with someone and they have that little smirk, it's like a little secret, right? It's like you just did something gorgeous, and it represents this potential. That's what crush energy is. It represents this unrealized potential, right? Because you only know the fantasy of what this person could be. But you can take crush energy and apply it to your entire life. Because what a crush is it's this yearning and it's this space, this liminal space between half knowing a person and filling in the gaps with your fantasy of them. And you can do this with everything. So, because all of life is unknown. And so you can actually take crush energy and apply it to every single day that you wake up. Like, kind of turn yourself on to life in the mornings and be like, what's going to happen today? Who knows? It's like this existential edging where you don't know what's coming next. Every single day, you don't know what's coming next. That's hot. That's hot. You're in the stage when you don't know what's next in life. You are in that juicy, ripe stage of potential before it's flattened into a physical reality, right? And so if you wake up in the mornings and you're feeling a little bit flat, just try deciding that you have a big fat throbbing crush on your life, leave your house on your walk to work, and just have a little smile on your face. And someone will smile back. Flirt with the world, flirt with your life, flirt with your potential, because life will flirt back. Life always flirts back with you, but you need to make the first move. So if you feel like you're lacking excitement and crush energy, that energy you have when you fancy someone or something, or there's an exciting job opportunity coming up, right? That excitement, that yearning. If you're missing that in life, just try flirting with your life, because it flirts back every single time. I like to view life as my lover, and she just wants my attention. She just wants me to flirt with her, right? Like, she doesn't need much. She just wants my attention. She just wants me to spend 5 minutes and slow down and observe her. And every time I do that, it's like she loves me back. She's such a reciprocal lover. Life is such a reciprocal lover, but you need to be the one to make the first move. So if you feel like you're lacking love in your life, ask yourself if you have been giving out love first. Always start with the self. Yeah? Because, there's this amazing analogy that the mirror doesn't smile before you do. The mirror doesn't smile at you first. You need to smile, and then it reflects it back. And it's the same with life. If life is boring, flirt with it. And when I say flirt with life, I mean just notice the bird that lands on your window every morning. Notice the way that the sun is dappling on the street through the tree leaves. Notice how the sun is peeking through a cloud. Notice how, I don't know, an old lady has done her hair that day at your local coffee shop. And tell her she looks fucking cute. Tell the woman that makes your coffee you like her shade of lipstick when she's wearing red lipstick. Compliment the sparkle in someone's fucking eyes. Say good morning to someone. Walk around the world with a little smirk on your face. Can you hear my smirk while I'm saying this? I have turned myself on to life, even recording this episode right now. I have like the biggest grin on my face, and it's because I'm thinking about this crush energy. I really feel like that's what life is about. And when we don't have this yearning for what's next, that's when we get depresso espresso. When we don't have anything, even just in the calendar, If I don't have a solo cinema date with myself or a creative project to work on or just something in the fucking calendar, right? That's why I have my morning walks that begin and end with getting a coffee, because I have something to wake up for every single day. I have a walk that I like to go on. I've got a book to write. I've got a podcast that I want to record. There is always something to wake up for, but you have to create the thing. Yeah? And that beautiful, delicious, yearning energy, you know what that feels like. because maybe you've placed it only in the romantic interests in your life. Because that's what we're taught to do. We're taught to seek romance outside of ourselves and sort of wait for it to be delivered to us by a person that picks us. Yeah. And then we spend our whole fucking lives contorting ourselves into this idea of someone that will be chosen. But the magic happens when you choose yourself, when you become the love that you are seeking. And not even just become the love that you are seeking, but become love, period. Just become love. And walk around the world finding little moments of love, finding ways and noticing the ways that life is trying to love you. But you have to seek it, you know? You have to wake up every single morning and decide that life is your lover and you're going to pay attention to her and you're going to be the one to make a move. Flirt with life and she flirts right back. And one of my favorite ways to sort of pull in from life this flirtatious, exciting energy of experiencing little synchronicities, right? Experiencing all of the ways that life is winking at me. Maybe it's a song that's stuck in my head and I walk into a shop and it's playing in there. Or maybe I was just thinking of something and I'm passing a window in a bookstore and I don't know, the name of the person I was thinking of is there. I took a detour the other day on my morning walk because I felt this light nudge to turn left instead of right. And when I turned left, I ran into one of my favorite directors in this random fucking back alley of Los Angeles because I had this weird feeling that I needed to take a detour, right? Life is so fun when you flirt with it and when you flirt with your intuition and you just play. Just play in your mornings. What if I turn left instead of right? What if I say good morning to someone today? What if I smile at someone today? What if I be and become the thing that I want to see in the world? If I want to live in a neighborhood full of friendly people, why don't I just fuck around and start smiling at people? And when you sort of walk around the world with this beautiful, throbbing crush energy, fertilizing and planting these little seeds of love and kindness and joy and flirtation, it comes back to you in ways that you will never, ever be able to comprehend. And each day just sort of compounds. The joy gets deeper and you sort of fertilize these seeds in your neighborhood, like little good deeds that you just plant. And it's not even big. It's the simple decision to make fucking eye contact with someone, making eye contact with your cashier. It's like you're planting joy and then that person feels joyful because they feel like you saw them in that moment. And then they treat the next person in the queue with a bigger smile on their face and they make that person's day who just came in grumpy for their morning coffee. And it's like a domino effect where you just spread joy and connection because that's what life's all about. If that ain't what it all fucking is about, I don't know what it's about. So yeah, just leave your apartment or your home today with a little cheeky skip in your step and act like you just got fucked. And the way that I sort of came to this phrase, walk around the world like you just got fucked, is because I was walking around Los Angeles with a big smile on my face and I was scribbling into my journal and I just thought, oh my God, I'm so in love right now. Just in love, period, with life, that anyone looking would think that I was like sexting or something. So yeah, if life is feeling a bit dull, I want you to walk around with a little skip in your step. I want you to slow down to show your life that you love her because she's your lover. She wants your attention. And let me take this further. I wrote about this in a chapter in my last book called How to Pay Attention to Life, Your Lover. And I actually haven't read this since I published it a year ago. I never read my books again. I just don't. I move on. Okay, I've gone through the entire process of slowing down to flirt with your fucking life. I've gone through all of the steps in here. I'm not going to read it out. The audiobook is on Spotify too, but I would love you to own a physical copy because the book is fully illustrated by me as well. But yeah, slow down, pay attention to your lover, look around and try to see the ways that she's flirting with you. Flirt back. Make a fucking move on your own life. I realized a couple years ago that there were periods of my life where I was feeling like shit, like really, really shit. I was feeling lonely. I was feeling cut off from the delicious pulse that everyone around me seemed to be in. Everyone was just riding this wave, and I felt like I was sat perched on the riverbanks just watching everyone else swim together. That's how I would describe loneliness when it visits me. And then I realized a lot of the fucking time, it's me who's cut myself off from the wave. Right? Maybe I'd stayed in a bit too much. Maybe it had been a while since I bought a coffee from the shop because I was making it at home, and it's been 3 days since I've had human contact because I didn't live in a building with neighbors. Like, I realized that there were so many tiny little micro moments of connection that I was missing, especially during winter in the UK. And it's not that I was some victim to loneliness. It's that I was doing these small little ways of severing myself off from this wave. And you can put yourself back in. You can dip your toes back in and flirt with life by just deciding to be the fucking love, by being the flirt first. Whether that is walking down the street with a little skip in your step, or looking at the bird on your windowsill, or stopping to stare at a beautiful building when you see it. Like, life is always trying to give you love and beauty. We're just not trained to see it. We don't linger. Our eyes don't get sticky enough on life. We sort of breeze past it, going from one point to the next, yeah? When you're feeling like shit and when you're not feeling any love in your life, you need to check first whether you have been giving out any love. You got to give it out like it's nothing. You have to make a move on your life. You've got to leave your apartment. And when you leave your apartment, I want you to put on a cute playlist. All right? I'll make one and I'll put it in the show notes of this episode. And you want to leave your apartment with a little cheeky grin on your face. And even just literally put your hands in the air and say, let's fucking go. And just leave. Treat everything like it's a movie. And you'll have a great day. Wink at the birds when you see them. Blow a kiss to the trees. Make a little joke with the barista. Say good morning to someone if you don't already. Plant these little seeds of connection and water them and watch as they grow and watch as you spread joy around your neighborhood and your whole life. I think there was a study that showed cities where people meditated more, or maybe like communities, like smaller communities where like a certain amount of people meditated, impacted the levels of anxiety and reduced the levels of anxiety of that entire fucking neighborhood. Okay, I've just got the correct data up. So 4,000 people practiced transcendental meditation over several weeks in Washington, D.C., and it reduced the crime in the area by 23%, and it could not be explained by any other variable by the police. There is a claim that communities where 1% of people meditate show an average of 16% reduction in violent crime. So basically, you just create this ripple effect of consciousness and peace and joy. If you want to live in a beautiful world, it takes a lot of courage because you need to be the beautiful world. You need to be the love that you want to see. So yeah, walk around like you just got fucked and feel amazing doing it. I can't wait to make this little playlist for you. Try it, honestly. It sounds crazy, but it really is just a decision to embody that state. And what you realize is that you change your life, you change your mood without needing other people to bring you up. You don't need a good shag. You don't need it. You don't need a good date. You don't need a good relationship. You don't need work to be going well. You can just decide to act like a woman who's walking home from a great shag in the morning, little cheeky skip in her step. You can just decide it. It's so fun. I genuinely walk around the world like that. And it's not because I want people to think that I just got lucky, but because living in that potent crush energy, but directing it towards your whole life, there is no more fun way to live than that. Life is so fun. Life can be so fucking fun and romantic. And do whatever the fuck you need to do to walk around the world in your most delicious, magnetic state. You're going to be so addictive to be around. Do you understand how addictive it is to be around someone that fucking loves themselves? So yeah, walk around this week like you just got fucked. I love you. Mwah!